when we were kids and they wanted, if we were going to go to war, let's say during World War II, you were going to go, the country went to war, they either had to go to the public and say, we're going to raise taxes to pay for this war. And the public in World War II supported that. They wouldn't have supported for Vietnam. They wouldn't have supported for Iraq. They would not have supported for Ukraine. Or they had to do something else. They had to sell war bonds, which was another way of getting the public to pay the cost of war. But they had to be straight about it.
Correct.
They had to say, here's a bond. We want you to do it for patriotic reasons. And you were betting. Everybody had skin in the game. And now they don't have to do that at all. All they do is they don't even declare war. They just say we're going to spend $200 billion on a war with Russia, but we're going to get Ukraine to bring the war. We're going to kill 600,000 of their kids. And a war we can't win. And we're going to kill 600,000 of their wars. We're going to be able to sell all of our weapons to Ukraine because that's the deal. And so, BlackRock owns Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, Boeing, Lockheed, all of the military contractors. They're making the money on the war. They have the contract for rebuilding Ukraine. They're going to make another $500 billion on that. And they're the big donor to the Democrat and Republican Party. And this whole thing is fixed and it's rigged. And they don't even have to come to us and say, we're going to have another one of these wars. They just print the money. And, BlackRock, Larry Fink is buddies with the Fed. And it's all a very, very incestuous and corrupt problem. Bitcoin is not only an off-ramp to this inflationary highway, which is the highway to hell, but it also is a way of restoring integrity to our government. It's a way of restoring personal freedoms. It's a way of the middle class can insulate itself from inflation, which is just a form of government theft.
To that end, would you be willing to?
Yeah, I will. I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually do a kind of a basket of hard currencies, of maybe platinum and gold and other hard currencies, and begin issuing at least a class of treasury bills that are anchored to hard currency, let's say the first year by 1%, and then maybe the next year by 2%, and to watch how that goes. Because that will inject a discipline into the product and ultimately get up to 100%. I would like to have the federal government begin to buy Bitcoin and to over my term of office, ultimately have an equivalent amount of Bitcoin that we have gold. Because Bitcoin is an honest currency. It's a currency that's based upon proof of work. And everything's on the ledger, and it's decentralized, and that's what we need to do with democracy. If we want to save our democracy, we need to decentralize. And Bitcoin is honest because there's nobody in charge, and it's it is the template for that vision of decentralization and for personal sovereignty, personal control, and personal freedom.